Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another edition of First Drive. And here is the all-new QX80. Let's take a look at what makes this a promising purchase for 2018.
The automotive sphere is jam-packed with sedans, crossovers, mid-size SUVs and the likes. And then you have the QX80. The QX80 now comes with a redesigned front end, and no body panel is disguised to hide the dimensions of the car. Even the newly designed headlamps seem to have lost a few millimeters and moved up a notch or two to complement the sheer size of the vehicle. Then you've got added touches like the three-dimensional spindle grille, redesigned air intakes and flared bumpers to add a touch of aggression. The side profile remains largely the same, although the chrome ornaments on either side of the car can break up the colors well. Be that as it may, there's no way you'll be missing the QX80 in its natural habitat, the highways and the roads, prowling around like a majestic jewel.
Now moving over to the inside reveals these plush and diamond quilted leather seats. And as you can see, I'm about 5'10" and I've got plenty of leg and headroom.
As you can see, there are several chrome elements adorning much of the cabin, like the gear lever and the rings and bevels around the buttons, for instance. The cabin has several utilitarian features, like USB ports around the cabin and 12-volt power sockets. There are AC controls in the rear, a banging 13-speaker Bose audio system, a swanky-looking clock, stitched leather seating, and most importantly, a four-wheel drive mode selector for when you want to get down and dirty. The center stack, as you can see, is neatly laid out, and while there are several buttons on it, some of which are overwhelming at first, it's still easy to get familiar with. Moreover, we particularly like the analog and digital rendition of the instrument cluster.
There are quite a lot of gizmos in here, my favorite of which is this beautiful navigation system, and it also comes with cameras around the car. So a 360-degree around view monitor which gives you all angles so that you don't really bump into anything. Plus, you get apps. And by the way, that's a G-force graph right there. If you want to control your climate functions, you got that as well. In a vehicle of this size, it's all about the numbers. Now underneath the hood lies a large 5.6-liter V8. It pumps out about 400 horsepower and 560 Newton meters of torque. All of this allows the QX80 to accelerate all the way from 0 to 100 in about 7 seconds. Now let's move over to the rear of the car, and here's something very interesting. So to open the tailgate, all you do is push a little button and it rises up on its own. Once it has risen up, what you get is 1,400 liters of boot space, which can be increased by the push of a button. Much of the exterior aggression carries over to the interior and the drive too. And now that the car is actually driving itself using the radar-guided cruise control, I can actually relax the ride. Speaking of which, the suspension is extremely smooth, almost sublime, and so is the steering wheel. For a vehicle that weighs 2.7 tons, this is a very light steering wheel. It is also extremely responsive, and so are the brakes. Now what I love about this is the 7-speed automatic transmission. It is very quick to change, isn't dim-witted at all like some of the other SUVs in the market, and it is quick on its feet. Body roll is very well controlled, and this engine sounds absolutely magnificent. Take a listen. Now these are the reasons the all-new Infiniti QX80 is the coolest SUV in the block.